Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of That Sure Was a Movie. Today, we're going to be talking about the new Weird Al Yankovic biopic, and we're going to be ranking our top 10 Weird Al songs.
Yes, the legend himself, one of the biggest parts of my childhood. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's back in the public eye. I haven't heard about Weird Al in a while.
I know, I feel like I haven't heard anything new about him since like middle school, and then just like out of nowhere, it's like, oh, there's a biopic coming out.
No, he did the Hamilton polka like a few years ago.
I forgot.
And that was a very brief minute on the internet for him again. But yeah, nothing big since like, I don't know. Honestly, like 2011, whatever that album was. Well, I don't even know. No, he made it like, Mandatory Fun had a little bit of, I mean, it won like a Grammy or something for comedy album, but
yeah,
I mean, people didn't really talk about it much. But yeah, it's been a minute. Glad he's back. The biopic, the Roku original. Yeah, never heard that before.
Here often.
Very interesting. But yeah, it's out. We watched it. Let's talk about it. All right, let's before we get into it, let's talk about some movie and TV news happening. What's happening in the world of movie and TV?
I feel like a lot of stuff isn't really happening recently, or like if it has, I've just been like living under a rock and haven't seen a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like all the filmmakers and like everyone just like quit. Nobody's like done anything like the last like week or so, like, right? Like nothing's happening.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. No, I haven't seen a lot either. But we've got a few things to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot of release dates actually coming up. So we got the announcement for the Last of Us series on HBO Max.
Yes, and HBO Max.
Releasing January 15th, 2023, which is very close.
I feel like, see, I owned the game when I bought my PS4. It came with The Last of Us remastered, and I played a little bit of it, but I never finished it. And it's like supposed to be like the greatest game ever made. So I'm like, I want to like play through it, but I definitely don't have the time to do that. So like, I might have to go back and like watch the YouTube playthrough of it before the series, because I feel like I want to watch the game before I watch the series.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing the same thing because I'm more of an Xbox player. Well, I am an Xbox player as opposed to like PlayStation, so they obviously don't make it for the Xbox. So I'll probably just watch some sort of like walkthrough of it and familiarize myself before the series comes out.
That's why you buy PlayStations.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Can't get that on Xbox. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a person for console wars, but yeah, exciting stuff. Pedro Pascal. I'm excited.
Another Pedro Pascal release date or show release date. Mandalorian season 3 coming out February 22nd, or at least that is the date that I've read.
We are ready. Grogu and Din are back together. Yes. We are ready. We are ready. That's gonna be a lot of fun. What?
I should have grabbed my little Grogu on my shelf.
You should have. But speaking of Grogu, I'm bringing it back. If you're on YouTube, or if you're not on YouTube, I'm holding a Grogu right now. But so I don't know if this is true or not, but it's rumored. There's gonna be a Grogu short film in a couple weeks. I guess Disney Plus Italy posted something about it and deleted it immediately. So I don't know. It's so soon to not like have an announcement of it though. Like Disney doesn't usually do that, just like drop stuff like that. Usually we know about things, but I really hope this happens, because if you're a fan of our podcast, you know how much I like Star Wars and I like Grogu and The Mandalorian. So but I'm excited for Mandalorian season 3 no matter what. So even if we don't get that Grogu short film,
which I really, really hope we do.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I got very excited when I saw that on Twitter, and I thought it was just someone being like, oh, this would be fun if Disney did this. And then I was like, but are they doing it? So
Maybe.
I guess we'll see. Who knows? I guess the last release date that came out is Scream 6 is coming out. Is it March 10th? I think maybe of 2023.
Yep.
Somewhere around there.
March
Very
10th.
excited.
That's actually so soon.
I know. That's
I didn't realize how
wild.
soon we're getting it. I guess they just pump out these horror movies real quick. Like Halloween had one like every year. Well, not every year, but Halloween Kills was like last year, wasn't it? Was it? Last year.
It was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I loved the new Scream. If you've watched the last couple of our episodes, you know both of us absolutely love that franchise. It is my favorite horror franchise. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like from the poster, Ghostface is taking on the Big Apple in this one.
Okay. Interesting.
At least that's what I thought it said, because it looked like he was on a subway, or he or she.
Well, there's no Sydney, so they were gonna have to change something up, I guess.
Yeah. Let me look and see.
I mean, people are saying without Sydney it's gonna be garbage, but like I have faith. I think it will be fine. I wish Dylan Minnette was still alive. Just not the actor, but like his character.
I was like,
So we could get another Wallow song in the credits.
mm,
That song was so good. I don't want to talk. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Where is
can't find it now. What?
where is Woodsboro?
I
Is
don't
that like a
know.
is that like a do they say, or is it just like they have a town for it? It's like
I don't know. It might just be like a town. I don't know.
So 4 survivors of the original Ghostface killings attempt to leave Woodsboro behind for a fresh start, is what the Google
Okay.
description says. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what it says. Interesting. So 4 from the original Ghostface killings. So it's going to be interesting. Okay. Well, Dewey's dead.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Not many people left to do. See, I really like Scream 2022 because it had the legacy characters, but also it felt like a reboot, whereas like these young people, and it was kind of a new story. So to bring back the story to the original people, I'm not sure if I'll like that as much. I don't know. I hope Jenna Ortega's in it. She probably is, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it'll not just be focused on that. I don't even know if that Google description was correct, but we shall find out. I'm excited.
Yeah. Other news, Aubrey Plaza has been cast in Agatha Coven of Chaos. Very
Yes, I am so excited for that. Aubrey
Yeah.
Plaza playing either a witch or just being in a witch show is just like perfect, I feel like.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite actors. She's in The White Lotus season 2, which is already off to a good start.
That's been on my list for a while.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right, is that everything?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Should we jump into
let's hop into our discussion of the movie. Later we'll get into our rankings of the songs. So, what did you think about this biopic of Weird Al?
I was a little worried at first going into it because I was like, I have no idea what it's gonna be.
Wait,
but I started to see what.
You were worried because you didn't know what it was gonna be?
Well, like, I don't know, when they first announced Daniel Radcliffe was playing Weird Al, I was like, that seems like a bit weird casting, but okay. But
hey, did you hear what you just said? Weird
yeah,
casting. It's in the title.
I know.
See, everybody kept saying that, and I'm like, it's a Weird Al movie. It's supposed to be weird, and it's like Daniel Radcliffe. Why are you complaining?
That hit me yesterday, but yeah, I watched it last night and I loved it. I thought it was fantastic and insane and absolutely off the walls, but I thought it was great. And Yeah, I
A lot of fun. It's a lot of
yeah,
fun. If
goofy.
Yeah, very, very goofy.
Very goofy.
So it's funny because like about the first half, maybe a little less than the first half, but the first part of this movie, it like subtly like dropped like just stuff that they just made up, which are obviously just like lies, but
Yeah.
it like kind of felt like a true biopic, and then it just totally goes off the rails in the second half of the movie.
Yep.
Like Weird Al and Madonna like taking down Pablo Escobar and Madonna running the drug cartel is
That was
that's a
hysterical.
true plot line. That actually happens. I'm not kidding. Um,
I almost made
yeah,
my I almost made my letterbox review. I didn't learn in high school history that Pablo Escobar got taken down by Weird Al and Madonna.
they don't tell you that stuff in school. No, only in the movies. That's why that's why Nicole tells you to go to the theater, even though you can't watch this in a
Exactly.
theater. They are playing in some theaters near me, but doubt they're playing in most places. Um, yeah, I've got so many notes on this movie. I don't even want to read these, but like, um, it's so crazy. Like, okay,
Yeah.
but there are some things that are true, like three. I was actually doing some research last night because I was curious if there was like literally anything that was true, and there's not
Mhm.
much, not much. So let's see. So first of all, he his parents were not like unsupportive. His parents were actually supportive.
Hmm.
And the one thing that was true, one of the things that was true was he did get an accordion from like a traveling salesman that just came to their house. Um, but in real life, the salesman gave him the choice between a guitar and an accordion. And his parents were actually like completely like wanting him to get an instrument because they thought it'd be good for him. But they bought him the accordion because I guess there's a polka guy with the last name Yankovic who is completely unrelated, but they just
Hmm.
thought that was a fun little thing. So they went with the accordion, and
That's
the rest is
interesting.
history. Yeah, but his parents were his dad was not horrible like he was in the movie. Um,
That, that was like the one thing that I thought might actually be true is
yeah,
like the
same.
unsupportive parents thing.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
But it's funny because he was definitely just playing off of that like trope of like biopics. Because anybody who ever makes it probably there's a good chance that people were unsupportive along the way, and that probably makes it into yeah. So he did record my Bologna. I say Bologna, but the song says Bologna because it rhymes with Sharona, so we'll call it that. He did record that in a bathroom, not the bus station bathroom though, like it was in the movie. He recorded it at his college, but
Mm.
it also wasn't the first song that was on the radio, but it was kind of his breakthrough hit.
What was the first one? Do you know that?
I
Or
don't, it's something you probably wouldn't have heard of. It
probably.
was like an original thing. I don't think it was a parody,
Okay.
but it was Dr. Demento who did put it on.
Mm.
Um, he made one song. This wasn't even actually it kind of was referenced in the movie. We saw a Coolio. Somebody was dressed up as Coolio. Rest in
That
peace.
was
But
fun.
um, he was in the movie. He was in like the crowd. And a fun fact is Amish Paradise was the one song he didn't get permission to parody, like Gangster's Paradise. Um,
Interesting.
and like from then on, he's like, I'm gonna get permission every time. But it's funny though, because Gangster's Paradise is one, a sample, two, an interpolation of Pastime Paradise by Stevie Wonder. So it's like, it's not like Coolio came up with that song. Like, yeah, he made it different and like wrote new lyrics, but like I'm all for sampling and interpolating, but like I'm just saying like why not give him permission? Like you kind of did the same thing, basically. So he's kind of
That
making a parody of a parody in a way, not really a parody, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I loved that part when he's singing Amish Paradise, and then they just pan over. There's Coolio just sitting there. Like,
Yeah.
that was funny.
Obviously Madonna did not run a drug cartel,
Drug cartel.
but she did ask him if he would make Like a Virgin into a parody. And he did. He did do it. Like a Surgeon. And the last thing that I found that was real was Dr. Demento, obviously, is real. And he was an important part to his success, but not a lot. Now we can get into what is not true.
Everything else.
Yeah, so what happens in this movie?
Well, I think number one, Weird Al did not take down Pablo Escobar, although I wish that happened, because that would be really iconic.
It'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. It'd be some Christopher Lee type stuff, though.
What else?
Okay, so
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When he said, I'm only gonna write originals from now on, and then Michael Jackson made
the whole Michael Jackson stuff was funny. He's claiming he's like, who's this Michael Jackson guy? He's like, that kid from the Jackson 5, that old has-been. Oh man, it's like, actually he's had a pretty successful solo career. It's like, no, he definitely stole Eat It. Like, what's up with that? Yeah, so they go to after he gets like signed by Dwight from The Office, they take him to this pool party. There's like, he meets like every single celebrity back then or well-known name at the party, and there's just so many just random like cameos of actors just playing these famous people. Like Conan plays Andy Warhol. It's so funny. And then John Deacon, the bass player from Queen, shows up, and nobody has any idea who he is, which is really funny.
That was so funny.
And then he writes On the Spot, Another One Rides the Bus. So then John Deacon invites him to Live Aid, and he turns it down.
That was great. Will you come perform it as a Live Aid?
Obviously, Jack Black in anything makes everything better.
Who did he play? Was it just
that one guy?
Some random dude.
No, not some random dude.
I don't remember.
I can't remember his name, but it was. Get to it. I can't find it right now.
Wolfman Jack.
Wolfman Jack, that's right. Yeah.
Also, Lin-Manuel Miranda was in this.
Yeah, he was in the first 5 seconds of the movie. He's like, the doctor took off his mask and it's just Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm like, wait, what?
I know, it took me a minute to register. I'm like, who is that? He sounds so familiar. And I was like, oh my God, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
He's everywhere. He just shows up in everything. So 2022 has had this weird, this movie's not really about that, but it's like, it kind of reminded me of Elvis, where it's like about a manager and their talent.
Yeah.
Obviously it's Rainn Wilson didn't have much of a part in it, but he didn't kind of the first part of the movie, but it wasn't like Elvis, where the movie was about Tom Hanks.
Yeah. I liked at the end, spoiler alert, when Dr. Demento was like, I would like to adopt you as my own son.
Yeah. Everything was so on the nose on how they brought everything up. Like, I loved it. They would just be in a normal conversation and they would just be like quoting lyrics, and then it starts playing. It was good. I love how like unsubtle everything was.
Mm-hmm. Actually, my parents and I just made up like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's what else? His dad he got his hand cut off in the factory. That didn't happen. That didn't really happen. The factory, that Weird Al had no idea what he did down there. They kept trying to recruit him to the factory. He finally did. None of this is true though. Anything we say, don't believe it. We had a whole section. If you skipped ahead and missed that part, we had a whole section of like the 4 things that were true.
Mhm.
Anything we say from here on out is probably not going to be true.
Probably not.
No. Led Zeppelin got back together and offered Weird Al to join them. Or no, they wanted to open up for Weird Al.
Who did he already?
John Bonham came back from the dead just to open up for Weird Al Yankovic.
Who who did he originally sign on though? That he was like, oh, I've already signed this person on. I'm not taking them off for Led Zeppelin.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel, that's who.
Yeah. Yeah, like John Bonham's back from the dead and one of the greatest bands of all time wants to open for me. I appreciate it, but no, Howie Mandel,
He comes first.
he's the one. He's the one.
He's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing, like I thought about this after I finished watching it last night. It was like it being a Roku channel original was like the strangest thing, and I'd like never heard of a Roku original before. And I'm like, that probably adds to the whole making it just super weird and like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that is weird.
yeah.
But free movies, I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, the movie itself is like a parody of biopics, which is funny.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like tropes it plays on and like
the scream
just,
of biopics.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. It's very fun. The one scene with like the fight in like the diner or whatever was actually like pretty well choreographed.
That one.
Yeah, it was like actually pretty well choreographed.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That was a good scene. But yeah, did I think I would see Weird Al Yankovic fighting a drug lord in 2022? That was not on my list. Did I need that? Yes, I did not know I needed that, but I needed that. Absolutely incredible. So now we need the spinoff where it's just Ozark, but with Weird Al and Pablo Escobar instead. So,
oh my
or Weird Al is going to be in the next season of Narcos.
At first, I thought when they like had they like first brought up, oh, Pablo Escobar wants you to perform at his birthday party, and they like showed a smaller picture of him on like a newspaper from far away. I thought it was Taika Waititi, and I got really excited.
No, it did. It did look like Taika Waititi for a while, and he kind of sounded like him too.
I was like,
actually, no. When they showed him, yeah, that was when they showed him. Like, oh, it's not. But like when they showed him for the first time from the wide, and like it kind of sounded like him too.
It did, yeah.
And like it wouldn't be like that surprising if he was in it, because like literally everybody seemed to be in this movie.
I know. It was like I didn't realize how many like celebrity cameos there were in this movie. Or like yeah.
I like the part where he's on the phone with his mom. He's like, yeah, I gotta go out in front of like all these fans every night and sing my words to other people's music.
Yeah.
Love the way that was worded. And then it goes the other way when he gets mad about Michael Jackson stealing Eat It. He's like, he's taking my songs and changing the words.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that? this Michael Jackson guy?
Is that right before he eats the LSD laced guacamole?
I think it's after.
Well, regardless.
No, that's after, yeah. Yeah.
So funny when he's like, oh, well, that's laced with LSD. Just a whole trip sequence.
Yeah. It's good. Something we haven't talked about. Let's talk about Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Daniel Radcliffe. I didn't expect anything different, but a lot of people seem to not like that casting, which it was weird casting, but that's the whole point.
Yeah, it was weird at first, and I was like, it kind of just seems like it's Daniel Radcliffe in a wig, but like
it is.
Watching it, I was like,
it's okay, Daniel Radcliffe in a wig. I'm here for it. Yeah.
Do you wear wigs?
Do you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs? If you don't know what we're referencing, just look that up. It's really good.
The greatest interview of all.
The greatest interview of all time. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe was good. It was weird casting. If this was like a true biopic, that would have been very odd. But
Yeah,
since this is just off the rails, it was
it worked.
honestly perfect.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like, and a lot of people were saying it's like I just can't not see Harry Potter or not see Daniel Radcliffe. But like honestly, once I got into the movie, I'm like, that's Weird Al. I accepted
yeah,
it. Even though the movie was so insane and it clearly wasn't like true. I'm like, that's Weird Al. I believe it.
yeah,
So honestly,
yeah.
he did a great job. So if that's what
Yeah,
you're worried about, don't
don't worry
watch
about
the
it. Just watch it
movie.
and have a good time. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Um,
interesting you brought up the people can't separate him from Harry Potter thing because like it wasn't until like 3/4 of the way through the movie that I was like, man, I forgot he was Harry Potter at one point, and that was like pretty much what he was known for. That's crazy.
you forgot Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter?
Well, no, but like I'm just saying I started to like see him more as Weird Al, and I was like, oh man,
Oh, I thought you meant like, okay.
yeah,
Well,
I just
yeah.
completely forgot that Daniel Radcliffe played Harry Potter.
Okay, you worded that very weird. I thought you meant like, never mind, never mind. Okay, yeah. Anyway, okay. The funny thing though was, yeah, when he's in like high school, he gets invited to a party, and it's a polka party.
You didn't tell me there's gonna be a polka party.
It's the most Weird Al thing to ever happen.
Yeah.
Didn't really happen, but maybe it did. I don't know. Um, the accordion, what an instrument.
When he gets peer pressured into playing the accordion. He's like, I don't want to do it, guys. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that was good. That was
That
like
was
it reminded me of the scene in Die Everyone Would Be Kid where they're watching that like movie in class and like the guy just like busts out and break dancing. It's like
it's just oh my god, that scene's so good.
it's great to be me or something like that. And then like Rowley's like crying.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what a good
Project
movie.
Rules comes out next month. I
Next
forgot about
month, I am so excited for that. I'm hoping it's better than the first animated one.
mm,
Because that one was not great. It was fine, but it was literally, I mean, obviously it's Diary of a Kid based on the book, but it was like that, but without the comedy. It's like the first movie was perfect. It was so funny, but
yeah.
that took out all the comedy and it was just like the movie and like the
Yeah.
story. That's all it was. But Diary of a Kid works well in animation though. That's true.
Mhm.
I think like a 2D drawn animation would be really cool though.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Guys.
Back to Weird Al Yankovic, the movie.
We
Um,
get on Diary of a Wimpy Kid tangents more often than I think we do.
mm, is that a bad thing?
No.
No. Um, anything else to say about this movie?
Um, not really. It's great. Go watch it. It's just a really wacky, goofy time,
Yeah,
you know?
it's fun. Fun
Yeah.
stuff. It's so chaotic and I love it.
Yeah.
Great job, Mr. Yankovic.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Shall we hop into our Weird Al song rankings?
I think we shall. Would you like to
Alrighty.
start first?
I can go first with my number 10. Oh my gosh. Weird Al, before I start, I'm gonna tell a little story about my childhood. So
Ooh.
Weird Al was such a big part of my childhood. I loved his music so much. Still do, but like I don't listen to it much anymore. Well, I really haven't listened to it since I was super young until this movie came out. But um yeah, so I had an iPod Nano as a kid, like the long skinny one that had like 3 games on it. You could like scroll like that. And I had I didn't have a ton of stuff downloaded on it. I had a bunch of my mom's like rock music from like the 80s and stuff that she had on her account that I just downloaded on my iPod. But like the main things I listened to, one, Weird Al. I had so much Weird Al. That's like all I listened to back then. And then two, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like that's what I remember. Like from my iPod Nano, I had Weird Al and Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's like all I listened to on there. So
Oh my
like,
god.
yeah. I mean,
What
I was pretty cultured, right?
what do you think was your most listened to song of each of those as a child? Like, did you have that one song that you just like
It's hard.
constantly?
I don't know. I don't think I have one. I just listen to like all of them so much. I mean, I really loved Hot and Cold by the Chipettes. And it probably wasn't my most listened to, but it was probably up there. I don't know. I'd have to probably go through all of these songs to figure that out. We might do an episode on that one day. I think we should.
What specifically?
The Alvin and the Chipmunks movies.
I agree.
Um,
It
but
will
my, it will. It will. If you're not ready for it, it'll happen. Anyway, my most listened to Weird Al song. I will get to that. I will get to that because I think I do know that one. But I'm gonna start off my honorable mentions actually. I have 3 in my honorable mentions. There's more that didn't make the top 10 or honorable mentions, but these are probably the biggest ones that didn't make the top 10 that I listened to. Another one, Rides the Bus, is an honorable mention. It's a classic. It hurt to not put it there, but there's just so many good ones. Spam. Oh, I loved Spam. I listened to Spam a lot as a kid, but did not crack the top 10. And My Bologna. I always called it My Bologna, like I said, but he says Bologna in the song because it rhymes with Sharona. It's a classic. I love My Sharona, so it got a spot in honorable mentions. But anyway, do you have any honorable mentions?
I do not. I just have my top 10.
Number 10, Lasagna. Lasagna is so good. It's a lot of fun. That's all I had to say about it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great song. That's kind of about how this is going to go. It's like we say, that's a good song. All right, next.
I was like going through making this list, and there's like I have not listened to Weird Al in like years and years and years. So I'm like, I don't even remember like what half of these songs sounded like.
Yeah, but
and like I had that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you keep going.
Okay, I had like that dedicated like 5 or 6 that I always listened to when I was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but the La Bamba parody, Lasagna. La 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 lasagna. Yes, so good.
My number 10 is from Mandatory Fun, and it's Foil. It is the parody of Royals.
That's the best one on that album.
Yeah, I love the music video for it. At the end when they like
his music videos are so good.
I know, yeah.
I didn't put anything post 20. I don't think I have anything post 2006 on here, to be honest, just because like those are the nostalgic ones, so those are the ones I love.
I think I only had 2 that were like post 2006 on here, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I had to say about Foil.
Number 9. I love Rocky Road. As a kid, I told my mom to buy me some Rocky Road ice cream at the store just because of this song, because I'd never had it before. And I'm like, I love this song. I have to try it. It's a solid flavor. It's not my favorite. I would never really get it, but like, I love the song. I mean, it's a song about ice cream. Come on. Like, I don't love the song, like the original song, I Love Rock and Roll, that much. But the lyrics here are so good. Like, I was thinking before this, like, before we did this episode, I'm like, should we even do this? Because this isn't really like it's just going to be a ranking of like, I like this song, like this original song better than this original song. Like, I like La Bamba better than this or whatever. But then I got to ranking, and like I did incorporate lyrics into the songs more than I thought I would have, on based on what position they get to. But I don't know if this one would have made the top 10 if it weren't for the lyrics. But it's a lot of fun. An ice cream song? Who doesn't want an ice cream song? Ice cream's the best dessert. So who doesn't want that?
Hey,
Top 10
my number
desserts episode? No. This is a movie podcast. We're not going to do that. We might. Maybe we'll
That
expand.
sure was a dessert.
That sure was a food ranking. No, we're not
My
doing
number
that.
9. My number 9 is Like a Surgeon.
I never listened to that one.
Like
I don't
fun.
know. I never really listened to it. I remember specifically though, or one reason I didn't listen to it is because I was on YouTube as a kid trying to watch the music video, and it always said not available in your country. I'm like, what? Why? He's from America. Why is it not letting me watch this? I'm like, do I need to go to Canada or watch Like a Surgeon? And I did. I got a passport and I begged my parents to drive me to Canada just to listen to that song, and they did it. That's not true, but that would be in the biopic of me. If I did a biopic in the style of Weird, that would be in it.
I should get driven to Canada just to watch the Like a Surgeon music video.
And then we go straight back, like no stops or anything.
You can just stop right over the border, watch it, and then go back.
No, that's the thing. We don't even stop. We just keep driving the car, and I'm just in the back seat watching it. And then like we just do a loop, and we just
Great.
Yep.
Okay, what's your number 8?
Number 8 is The Saga Begins. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of American Pie, the song, but I mean, it's good, but it's like not my favorite song. But the lyrics obviously carry this song. I would grab my lightsaber, but it's too far. Anyway, the lyrics carry this song because it's Star Wars. I mean, come on now. It is a great song. Like American Pie is a good song. So like the melodies are fun too. But yeah, the lyrics are what carry this. My here, Anakin. So good. It says Anakin. Anakin's my favorite character of all time. Of course. If you're not on YouTube, I'm currently pointing to Anakin, who's on my wall next to me. But he's my favorite movie character of all time. And of course I'm gonna put that in my top 10. Yes. If you say the word Anakin in your song, it's over. Yeah. It's over. I love Star Wars, and Star Wars theme songs, even better.
My number 8 is Tacky off of Mandatory Fun. I listened to this one a lot when this album came out. When did it come out? 2014. So I was in 8th grade, 7th grade, somewhere around there. I don't know. I listened to that one a lot though, and I like the music video for it.
I didn't listen to that album much. I mean,
yeah.
I was in high school at that point, so like I didn't really listen to Weird Al until like, I mean, I listened to it a lot as a kid, but like he didn't have an album until like from like what 20? Did he have a 2011 album? I think he did, but I didn't really listen to that much either.
I don't know.
But yeah, after that, I didn't like. I mean, it's got some fun ones, but it's not. It's no classic Weird Al for sure.
No, yeah. 2011 and then 2014.
Tacky, a parody of
Happy from Despicable Me 2. Oh,
Minions.
Wait. Oh, my lightsaber's making noises.
Yes. If you are not on YouTube and you heard a long break, that's because we both just grabbed our Bob Minions. Yeah, Bob is a student at Monsters University. That's where I met him. So yeah, it's the way it is. So yeah, so number 7. This is kind of a hot take because this might be his like most famous or most popular song. Amish Paradise.
That low?
Number 7, wow. It's not that good. It's, first of all, the song is really good. Obviously, Gangsta's Paradise is good. But I think this is one of his weakest vocal performances. I think his voice does not fit the song like it should. So that's why it's so low. Now, the lyrics are amazing. The music video is amazing. The instrumental is really good. So it seems low, but I just really love these next 6. And I don't love that one as much just because I feel like the vocal performance throws me off. It's not as good. It's not as strong as these other ones. So yeah, that's it. That's my reasoning. But Amish Paradise is good, but it's a little lower than a lot of people would have it. It's his number one song on Apple Music, like on the top songs.
Alrighty. My number 7 is The Saga Begins. I love American Pie. I also love this one. I was listening to it on my grocery run this morning, and I had the windows down blasting it, so that was fun.
Yeah, I was blasting on my way home from work last night. I was listening to Weird Al songs, and Amish Paradise is on. And in California, you can, if you have a motorcycle, you can like lane split. So like there's a car next to me and I'm here, and there's a bike like right in between us, like literally this close to my window. And I'm just blasting Amish Paradise, and he rolls up next to me, and I'm like, turn that down a little bit. But then I'm like, no, turn it back up. I'm not ashamed. No, I don't know this guy anyway. But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Is it what is it? Number 6 for me?
Number 6.
Number 6 is a cinematic masterpiece, Trapped in the Drive-Thru. An absolute classic.
Yes.
The music video, amazing. Now, yeah, it's just so good. It's so good. The music video, the song, the spoken word style song. Yes. It's like so dramatic too. Like, what's gonna happen next? Are they gonna forget the onions? Are they gonna give him the onions? Are they gonna forget the chicken sandwich? What's gonna happen? I love this one. I always love watching the music video. Obviously on this podcast, we love movies. So this is like a movie based off of something we will not mention because we don't like you anymore. So no. Anyway.
Okay.
What? Do you not know who wrote Trapped in the Closet? Maeve, come on now.
One moment.
R. Kelly?
Oh.
Yeah. Maeve, how did you not know that?
I just didn't.
This is why we're a movie podcast, because Maeve doesn't know a lot about music. Anyway, yeah. It's so good. Trapped in the Drive-Thru. Great concept for a song.
Yeah. My number 6 is My Bologna. I don't like saying Bologna.
I don't either. I hate it. Like, it's not right, but like that's what you have to say, I guess. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I had it stuck in my head after watching the movie last night.
Yeah, after watching the movie, and listening to the song, I'm like, maybe this should make my list because I like it's really good. But then I listen to the song again. It's just the tempo is too fast, I think. I don't like how fast the tempo is. Like it fits like the polka stuff he's going for, but like I like the performance in the movie where it was like slow when he was writing it. But it's a good song. It's in my honorable mentions, but it's a classic for sure.
Good soup.
Yeah. Now number 5, a complicated song. Avril Lavigne cover. Yeah. Amazing. This song is so good. His vocal performance on this one is incredible. Yep. It is great. It's a parody of an amazing song. Shout out to Avril Lavigne for also being a big part of my childhood. Now Avril Lavigne's back. Or her clone, as many people say.
I forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, complicated song, very good. I think my top 5 are my most listened to, for sure. Which makes sense for a ranking, obviously, but like sometimes you will listen to a song more, but it's not really as good as another one. But I listen to these ones a lot, for sure.
Solid. My number 5 is eBay. I listened to that one a lot as a kid. Parody of I Want It That Way.
Absolutely beautiful song. The lyrics, so good. But Spoiler alert, I will not say anymore.
Okay, don't say any more then. Yeah, I got nothing else to say on it other than I like it and it's nostalgic.
Okay. Number four. Already number 4. Yoda. Yes.
I was wondering why you grabbed him again.
Yeah, I kind of tried to hide that and I realized you could see it. But why ODA Yoda? So good. This song is so good. Yeah, speaking of Star Wars again, Star Wars lyrics, come on, like it's gonna be one of my favorites. And the song itself is just amazing. Come on now. Yoda. It's a song about Yoda. It's gonna be great. Yeah, Lola? Lola or Yoda? Which one's better? Obviously, we know the answer. Welcome back to That Show's a Movie. My name is Grogu. Okay. Yeah, Yoda is so good. I listen to this one a lot. It's an underrated one, actually. I feel like a lot of people don't put this high up on their lists. Maybe they do. I don't think they do though. It's not like a classic. Like most people don't think of this one, but it's really good. Yeah.
You just
All right, go ahead.
not. My number 4 is Eat It. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
This was another one that I had stuck in my head after the movie.
Yeah. It's obviously one of the best songs, a parody of one of the best songs ever. So it's gonna be like,
No, this one's entirely original.
oh, you're right. You know what? That kid from the Jackson 5, like stole it, right? That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's a shame. Like that guy, he made a career off of just lies.
I know.
Obviously, if you skipped ahead to this part of the podcast, we're referencing the movie. If you don't know what we're talking about and you're wondering why we said Michael Jackson stole from Weird Al Yankovic, go watch a review or go watch the movie. If you're just here for the Weird Al ranking, I completely get it. If you don't want to hear us talk about the movie and just want to hear a ranking, that's valid. But if you know what we're talking about, we're not stupid. We watched the movie. Go watch the movie. Go watch a review. That's all I have to say.
That's all I have to say.
Number 3, Eat It. We just talked about it. I mean, I don't really want to add anything. It's just so good. I love Beat It. It's like one of the best songs ever made. So obviously a parody of this is also going to be good. And then the words are the lyrics are great. It's called the lyrics, the words.
Words.
I mean, they are words, but like that's usually not what you say referring to a song. Yeah. It's good. It's great. And that's all I have to say because we just kind of we've talked about this. We talked about it. So
we've talked about this.
Moving on.
Number 3, Trapped in the Drive-Thru. Talked about this one.
Number 3, okay. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, isn't your number 3 and you don't even know what it's a parody of? Come on, do your research. You're gonna do an episode, you didn't even do your research? Oh my goodness. You're off the podcast.
Dang nabbit.
You're out of the band, Josh. That's a very niche reference, but if you get that, you're cool.
I'm not cool.
Yeah, I'm speaking to the general audience. You're out of the band, Josh. Okay, who's in a band whose name is Josh? I mean, is it that hard to figure out? I mean, it is if you don't know me, but like, come on now.
21 Pilots is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Moving
on. Number 2, eBay. eBay. Speaking of beautiful vocal for performances, that's the word. The words. This one is incredible. This one is beautiful. The lyrics are iconic. This is a masterpiece. Now, you might say, this song's bad. Well, if you think that, you're wrong. I don't think anybody thinks this song is bad, but it's the second best one. It's the second best one. The Backstreet Boys. Is your song better than eBay? Well, no, it's not. It is. It is. But this song is amazing. It's so nostalgic. Just the opening instrumental. It's just like, wow. It's just, I just listened to that song for the first time in a long time recently. And it just like hit me. Like, it's just like, it was a time machine. Like, this song is like a time machine. Like, honestly, the entire Poodle Hat album is a time machine, but yeah, it's amazing. eBay, number 2.
My number 2 is White and Nerdy. I listened to this one constantly in middle school. Yeah, I was also listening to it in the car today, and it took me back. And I remembered a decent amount of the lyrics.
Yeah, they all came back to me. Like, I never forgot them.
I was shocked at myself. I was like, wow, I really
like every
remember
one of these songs, I just remember every single word. What?
Every single one of them?
Every single one of them. Anakin, he's back. I have said that in almost every episode. I used to insert a clip of that scene every time, but I started saying it so much that I just stopped. And I guess I haven't said it the past couple. Maybe I have, but
you probably have, if we're being honest.
I probably have. Every single one of them. They're dead. But not just the men, but the women and the children too. Is this a Star Wars episode? We've talked about Star Wars a lot in this episode. Why can't it be a Star Wars episode? We got Star Wars here. We got Star Wars there. We got Star Wars here. We talked about it in our movie news. We talked about it in our Weird Al ranking or review. We talked about it in our Weird Al ranking. So is this a Star Wars episode? No, it's not a Star Wars episode. It's a Weird Al episode. Come on, read the title, people. We love Star Wars around here.
We do.
Yeah. Is it time for my number 1 Weird Al song of all time?
It is.
It is time. The number 1 Weird Al song of all time is, we've already talked about it. It's White and Nerdy. This song is a classic. You asked me my most listened to Weird Al song. It is this one. Weird Al is spitting in this song. Weird Al has got the bars. White and Nerdy is so good. It's so good. The instrumental, the lyrics, the music video. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite music video. It's my favorite song. I was gonna say it's my favorite lyrics, but it's not my favorite lyrics of it. But it's great. It's so good. And that is my number 1. What's your number 1?
My number
I already
1.
know your number 1. It's gonna be.
You know what my number 1 is.
Yeah. Because
it's Promised Paradise.
Yeah, the typical answer.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
This song is so nostalgic. Like I used to listen to this on the way up to my grandparents' house because my mom's parents lived in like northern Indiana up near the Michigan border. So when we would drive up there, we would have to drive through like 25 minutes, 30 minutes of like Amish living. And I would want to listen to that like every time we drove through there. And I just love it. It's great. I still know 90% of the words to it. Yeah, that's my number 1. And it's probably that, well, I don't know if that or White and Nerdy is my like number 1 most listened to, but it's definitely one of those 2. So
yeah, it's a classic.
It is.
I've already said what I had to say about it. That is our ranking. That's our Weird Al top 10 Weird Al Yankovic songs of all time.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with us? Do you agree with us? What do you think? Leave your comments down below. We don't have enough viewers to say that. But if you are viewing this at this point in the episode and you want to leave your comments down below, do it.
Please
We'll
do
respond.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that's it. That's all we have to say about Weird Al Yankovic. So what's coming up in the next week of movies and TV, or what's already out that people should know about?
Coming up as far as movies, I don't think there's a lot other than we have the big one, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, coming out on Friday.
Yeah,
Very
it
excited.
is. Oh my
Very,
gosh, that Rihanna song. Woo!
very good.
So
Very
good.
good.
Rihanna is back.
Yeah.
I am excited for this movie.
I'm so excited. In addition to that, what was I gonna say? Oh, if you are lucky enough to be in an area where limited releases occur, Fablemans comes out on Friday, November
Whoa,
11th.
does it really?
It does. Very jealous.
Oh,
I want to see it so bad.
well, a very busy weekend. Ooh, I don't even know if I can fit Black Panther in. So it's like, I might have to wait till Monday.
Go on Twitter.
Yeah. I might be able to squeeze it into Friday because plans have changed. The only problem is there's gonna be no seats left. So like sometimes if you go by yourself, you can find one good seat at a random time. But for this movie, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have to cancel my ticket because I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
Oh, no.
I'll figure it out though. I will see it by Monday at least. For sure.
I looked in my theater for the show time that I'm going to on Fridays, like almost completely full. So I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Should be good. As far as TV this week, new episode of Andor on Wednesday. We're getting to the last 3 episodes. I think episode 9 was last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andor, that last episode has me so pumped for this next one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That last one is so good. Andy Serkis is so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then we got the typical stuff. New episode of Survivor on Wednesday.
Yes, new Survivor, new White Lotus coming out every week. Season 2, premiered last week. Off to a good start. We mentioned Aubrey Plaza. We mentioned this episode earlier, but it's a lot of fun. What else coming out? New Lego Masters. If you don't watch Lego Masters, watch Lego Masters. It's so fun. I think they took a break last week, maybe. Fox always has a weird schedule. Sometimes they just take random breaks off, but I assume we'll be back this week. New Atlanta, it's getting down to the last couple of episodes of the series. I think we have 2 episodes left. Yeah, I'm excited. Great show, amazing show, one of the best shows on TV. And what else comes out? I don't know. Not much. Not many movies.
And like, I feel like most of this stuff comes out Thanksgiving week or like that week.
Yeah, we're kind of in like a time where it's like not much
A
going
lot.
on. But yeah,
I think
it'll be
like slated to see over Thanksgiving break, so that's gonna be a lot.
Well, it shall be a fun next month, hopefully. So that's kind of all we got.
Yeah.
If you don't already, follow us on all our socials, Instagram to keep updated on everything. If you want to hear our movie news before we release an episode, we will be posting everything to our stories.
We are the most reliable movie news source. It's not Variety, Hollywood Reporter, or Empire Online. It is us.
If you want to get your best source of movie news, don't go to Variety, don't go to the Hollywood Reporter. You go to our Instagram story and you'll see us repost their posts. So that's the best way to do it. Go over to TikTok, where you can also see all of our highlights. You can see our little funny things we haven't made in a while because we need to get back on that. But TikTok has a lot of fun stuff that has not ever been shown on Instagram. So if you're curious,
Go check it out.
go check it out because there's some good stuff over there. We need to get back on that though.
We do.
We've been slacking on the TikToks, but we'll get back. We'll be back. But anyway,
We'll be back.
I hope you enjoyed our very weird episode of That Sure Was a Movie.
Yeah.
If you didn't agree with us, that's okay. If you agreed with us, even better. Not even better. Is it better to disagree or is it better to agree?
I don't know.
Creates a fun conversation. If you don't. Anyway, that has been another episode of That Sure Was a Movie. We will see you next time.